understatement.
Moustakas, did he make that catch? He did! Off the wall, he will score, and the Orioles are on top. But front of the plate, and it's 2-1 Kansas City. Kansas City Royals, 3 games to none.
A 2-1 win on Tuesday night has put the Royals in position to sweep on Wednesday afternoon. Kansas City's pumped. The Orioles, meantime, fighting for their playoff lives in Game 4. The American League Championship Series continues here on TBS. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Kauffman Stadium. I'm Ernie Johnson. This is Cal Ripken. You're going to hear from him in just a second. This is Ron Darling. Okay, Kansas City gets a run on a ground out, another one on a sacrifice fly. When you got their bullpen, that's all the offense you need.
You know what's really interesting? A theme for a lot of teams this year was to acquire a starting pitcher that would make the difference. But you know, in the postseason, it goes back to how good your bullpen is. And I think the Royals have the best trio going, maybe the best weapon in the postseason. Their ERA so far combined 1.23.
The starting pitcher for Kansas City today, left-hander Jason Vargas. So, Cal, how does Buck Showalter counter on the Baltimore side?
Well, it's a different lineup for sure, but it's their lefty lineup, which means Delman Young will be in the lineup. Now, Buck Showalter said that he would have made the change with Delman anyway, even if Shields would have been pitching. But Delman's a big-time playoff performer. And what I like about it is it changes the lineup. It moves the power forward. So Steve Pearce is in the number 2 spot, which he'll probably get 3 at-bats off the starter. And Delman Young will provide more support for Nelly Cruz. So I like the move.
And pitching-wise, Miguel Gonzalez gets the start for Baltimore. So the Orioles trying to stay alive. Kansas City trying to sweep and celebrate, and if they do, it means that Ned Yost will become the first manager in baseball history to win his first 8 playoff games. First pitch just around the bend here on TBS. Well, at the tail end of the national anthem today, this was a rather breathtaking sight. Stealth bomber flying overhead here at Kauffman Stadium. Cal, Ron, that was an awesome moment. Beautiful day. 67 degrees. Sunny is the forecast. And after the rain we had on Monday, played Game 3 on Tuesday, Game 4 here on Wednesday under ideal conditions. Here's the Orioles batting order. Nick Markakis leads it off in right field. Steve Pearce moves up, as Cal pointed out, into the 2-hole. Then it's Adam Jones. Nelson Cruz in the cleanup spot. Delman Young makes his first appearance, or second appearance of this series. J.J. Hardy, Caleb Joseph, Ryan Flaherty, and Jonathan Scope, the second baseman. Jason Vargas, we saw him start the ALDS against the Angels, and here he gets the start in Game 4.
You know, Ernie, he looked pretty good in that series against the Angels. He just gave up 2 solo shots to the Los Angeles Angels, and now he was a much sought-after free agent, signed to a 4-year deal, won 11 ball games this season.
He went 6 innings in that game against the Angels. Gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs on solo homers by Chris Iannetta and David Freese. He struck out a couple. That was a no decision. The game went 11, and it was the game that Mike Moustakas hit the home run in the 11th inning.
See his numbers from the regular season. He's a guy a little bit like Chen from yesterday's ball game in the Orioles. They'll pitch in a lot. He's got a very good changeup and a breaking ball he uses to get ahead in the count.
If you've been watching this Kansas City Royal unit, you're familiar with this defensive alignment at this point, but go through it once again, Iron
Yeah,
Man.
that's a good one. You got Alex Gordon in left, you got Lorenzo Cain, Nori Aoki in right. In the infield, you have Moustakas and Hosmer on the corner. You got Escobar and Infante, a dazzling double play combination up the middle. You have Salvador Perez, a beaten up Salvador Perez behind the plate. And pitching today is Jason Vargas.
Yeah, took another backswing onto the helmet and mask area last night, and also his left thumb on a foul tip. He's back in there. Here's the umpiring crew. Ron Culpa behind the plate. Mark Wegner makes the calls at first. Brian Gorman at second. Dan Isonia is at third. And down the lines, Marvin Hudson in left. Joe West, the crew chief, down the right field line. Big, deep breath for Jason Vargas. What are you thinking in this last moment before a playoff game starts, Ronnie, and you got the ball?
You know, a lot of times you say a prayer sometimes. Sometimes you're just thinking about, hey, make it simple, just like you used to when you were a kid or in high school or college. Just try not to get too tricky out there. And for Vargas, control pitcher, throw strikes.
Yeah, if I was Vargas, I'd try to stall for another 5 or 10 minutes to see if that line of shade would get out there a little closer to the mound. Is that what you're looking for?
Exactly, yeah. See if they can turn the lights on in the studio set. Here's Vargas to the leadoff hitter, Nick Markakis. And it's 1-0. Couple of things to watch with this start time, a little after 3 o'clock here in Kansas City. One, the shade and sun. That's on the ground. Infante, great backhand and the throw high, but Hosmer held the bag, 1 down. Infante made a couple of nice plays last night, and he's challenged on this one.
Yeah, we've made him make plays on the run. This is a backhand, releases it really quickly, and Hosmer, without stretching too soon, stretches up and stays on the bag. So nice play on both ends to start this game.
So we talk about the sun and shade, but also the batter's eye, straightaway center field, which at a time like this may not be ideal for a hitter.
Yeah, I mean, some batters' eyes can.
Steve Pearce, by the way, down the line and left, and Alex Gordon makes the play right on the line. Now go ahead.
Yeah, some of them can shine and can be really shiny and produce a glare. You know, it is difficult enough when you have different conditions. You're in the shade, the pitcher's in the sun, but if you also have a little bit of a glare factor, and there's a glare factor here, that makes it even harder.
2 up and 2 down for the Orioles on a couple of great defensive plays, and we've seen it all postseason long.
Well, think about the Orioles. Against most defenses, they've got 2 hits already.
That has to wear on you after a while. You almost think that you're snake bitten, that it's not intended to be.
Adam Jones takes a strike. Jones hitting .214 in the series, 3 for 14, does have a home run. But in the postseason overall, just hitting .200, 5 for 25 with 7 strikeouts.
Well, watching him so far in the post, he's been very antsy. He wants to swing, and he's swung at a lot of pitches out of the strike zone.
You know, hitters all the same. When they're really hot, they have a really good understanding of where the strike zone is. They don't swing at bad pitches. When they are jumpy or when they're cold, they're going to swing at those sliders out of the strike zone or the fastballs up out of the strike zone as well.
The 1-2. Perez will have to throw it on to first to complete the strikeout. 1-3, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jason Vargas in Game 4. And we welcome you back to Kansas City. Batting order for the Royals, the same as it has been for the previous 7 postseason games. Alcides Escobar leads it off. Nori Aoki in the 2-hole. Then you got Lorenzo Cain. Eric Hosmer hitting cleanup, hitting .417 in the series. Billy Butler's the DH. Alex Gordon in left. Salvador Perez behind the plate. Then it's Omar Infante. And as we say, the world's most dangerous 9-hitter, Mike Moustakas, as they face Miguel Gonzalez.
Well, Gonzalez, this is his second postseason start. His first was a couple of years ago when he pitched 7 sharp innings against the Yankees. But his ERA in the second half, 2.19. First half, it was over 4. So he got better as the season went along.
His last start was on the last day of the regular season in Toronto. Won the game 1-0 with 5 innings of work, allowing 5 hits. Escobar steps in. Strike at 92, 0-1.
Gonzalez, you will see a lot of the fastball command, of course, is key. It's for every pitcher because he wants to get you out with a changeup. One of the best right-handed changeups in the game.
Tapped foul. Up toward third. And Escobar feeling that one.
Looks like a little two-seamer in. It's running in. Takes a good, powerful swing at it, but hits it really hard right down on your foot.
Want to give me an idea how that puppy's yelping?
It hurts, and it hurts a lot.
But he played in all 162, so he's going nowhere.
Only he and Evan Longoria played in every game in the American League. High bouncer. Hits the bag. Infield hit. It was going to be a tough play anyway, and when it hit the bag, it made it impossible.
Well, here's that chopper over the mound. It is going to be a tough play, but once it hits the bag, and what's the odds of it hitting the bag? Again, if you're the Orioles, you're thinking, what's happening to me? But I don't think he'd have been able to get him anyway, so just put that aside and say it's an infield hit.
But Markakis leads off the game for the Orioles. A ball up the middle. Infante makes a great play, and this one not hit half as hard off the bat.
Here's Aoki. Escobar with good speed at first. Probably the Royals' best base runner. Not their fastest, but their best. And that pitch inside plunks Aoki. First inning trouble here for Gonzalez.
Well, to me, this is just a nervous pitch here by Gonzalez. He wanted to make sure if he made a mistake, he made it in. Held on to that ball too long. Aoki, who really is on the plate, no chance to get out of the way.
You heard the contact with the ball, and you heard Aoki with a yell. First and second, nobody out. Lorenzo Cain shortened up as if to bunt. Took it low and outside.
Just because you're hitting third on the Kansas City Royals team doesn't mean you're not going to be called on to bunt. And even in the first inning, they want to play. They want to play with a lead. They want to shorten the game.
Gets this one down to first. The only play will be right there. The runners move up to second and third.
Well, we've seen it from the Orioles side. Buck Showalter does not like to give up and out. Very rarely will sacrifice. Not this Royals team.
So Ned Yost has a guy hitting .667 in the series. Lay it down in the first. They're at second and third.
Yeah, the other night we saw Moustakas, who has 4 homers in the series, asked to sacrifice bunt.
Two runners in scoring position for Hosmer. Big cut. Came up empty, 0-1.
That was that good changeup by Gonzalez. You see he's got that split grip. Works more like a changeup, though, not a traditional split finger.
Royals trying to grab an early lead here in Game 4. Grounded to first. They're going to come to the plate. And the ball gets away. It was kicked out of the glove. Here comes Aoki. 2-run score. And now, runner going to third, but time has been called, so they will send Hosmer back. The ball beat Escobar. Escobar appeared to kick it right out of the glove of Caleb Joseph.
Steve Pearce is playing kind of in, so if he gets the right ball, he has the option to throw it home. Catch and a little swipe tag right here. Forces the ball out of Joseph's glove, and another run scores.
You know what's interesting? We see a lot of slides these days. Guys slide by home plate and reach back and touch it with their hand. He did not. He went straight in with his cleats. That was the reason the ball was torn loose.
After the dust had settled, Hosmer standing at second. 2 Kansas City runs are in. And we're in the first. There's a strike to Butler. Hosmer reaches on a fielder's choice, gets credit for an RBI. E2. Caleb Joseph.
Pretty generous with the RBI given to Hosmer.
On the ground to third. Flaherty looks Hosmer back and throws across for the out.
So that's a contact play, Cal, right there. Pierce with the good throw. And Aoki on the way to the plate stopped because he had just been hit by a pitch. He didn't want to be hit by the throw by Joseph. But there was no one to throw to. 2-0 Royals. Ball hasn't left the infield.
He was racing Flaherty to the plate and scored the second run. Alex Gordon is 3 for 11 in the series. He has struck out 6 times, including 4 times.
That never really caught the ball. And that replay shows the ball was bobbling. He was trying to make that sweep tag. Caught it out in front and tried to take it back. So if he'd have been called out at the plate and then safe again, then you wouldn't credit him for the RBI.
That's right. My bad. I thought it was kicked out. Joseph just did not handle it. It's interesting. There was a time when catchers, when they were taking a throw from the infield, would discard the mask, give themselves a better view of the ball. Now all catchers keep their equipment on, their mask on for any throw from the infielders or outfielders.
Hosmer is the runner at second with 2 down. Joseph keeps that in front. 2-1.
Ned Yost was talking about speed, just not in the stolen bases, that applies pressure. It makes you make a decision on defense, makes you make the perfect play, and taking the risk trying to throw the runner out at home right there results in 2 runs. And give credit, when you bunt someone over, that puts a little bit of additional pressure on the defense of the guys on third base. The philosophy is you're playing for 1 run, and early in the game you don't want to play for 1 run. You want to play for a bigger inning. But the way that Kansas City has been pitching, they want to shorten the game. They want to play the lead. They want to apply the pressure.
What did we say when we came on today, Ron? That it was a sacrifice fly and a ground out that accounted for the 2 runs in game 3. And here, a ball not out of the infield and 2 runs in the first. Full count to the Royals leader in home runs and runs batted in the regular season. 2-out walk, and they're at first and second. Well, we talked last night about Jeremy Guthrie, long layoff between starts. Same kind of a situation for Gonzalez today.
But hard to fault Gonzalez in this inning. I mean, the ball hasn't left the infield. The hit by pitch cost him, though, to Aoki.
And time called as Perez steps in. 7th Royal to bat in the inning. 2 have scored. In the air to left. Nelson Cruz is there, shields his eyes, and makes the play. But the Kansas City Royals score twice. Escobar. Aoki not far behind. 2-0 KC. Seen the Kansas City Royals in this 7-0 start to their postseason go 4-0 on the road. This is the first time in a home game that they've scored first. They get 2 in the first, and the Orioles come to the plate with the 4, 5, 6 hitters: Cruz, Delman Young, and J.J. Hardy. Four home runs lifetime against Vargas for Nelson Cruz, who takes a strike. Cruz hitting .308 in this series, .400 in the postseason. He's 10 out of 25, and he's behind 0-2.
Well, we saw the third game in San Francisco. The wind and sun play havoc with the outfielders for St. Louis and San Francisco. After watching Cruz catch the ball in that bottom of the first, it's going to be tough for the outfielders all day today.
Absolutely brilliant blue sky, cloudless day here in Kansas City. Ran it inside and missed, count even.
There's always a little bit of an argument of which pitch is tougher to see in the shadows, whether it's the off-speed pitch or the fastball. In my opinion, it's the off-speed pitch because you need to see the depth of the breaking ball and the speed. Many times you can time a fastball and still be able to see it.
Well, Vargas needs this pitch to have a big day. It's a little inside on our pitch tracks, but.
And there is a leadoff walk in the second to Cruz. Mike Bordick once again covering the Orioles side of things for us. And Mike, what you got?
Well, with the Orioles' backs against the wall and, of course, down 2-0 early in this ball game, putting up a crooked number early in the game is almost as important as pitching. I mean, they have to score runs. Well, the Orioles this year, 21 different innings, they've scored 4 runs or more. And, of course, they put up an 8th spot in the 8th inning in the division series against the Tigers. They're going to need to put up some crooked numbers against this team to try to get the momentum back in their favor.
Delman Young at the plate. Cuts through that 1-1. Young's one of the guys who did damage. They had a 4-run 8th inning in game 2 of that series against the Tigers, and this is the guy who cleared the bases with a double.
Got good numbers off of Vargas, too. Completely fooled on that 1-0 changeup.
Well, you don't want to take anything from batting practice, but no one hit more balls out of Kauffman Stadium this afternoon than Delman Young in batting practice.
It seemed like his philosophy was to try to hit the left field foul ball.
Tapper up the middle. Escobar steps on the bag and throws to first. They got him. Six-three double play, 2 gone in the second.
A really nice job of timing that ball to get his footwork set to catch it and then throw and step on the bag all in one motion. Really nice.
Got Young by a half a step at first, and here's Hardy.
Vargas only had 1 double play grounder in his last 13 starts, so already things looking better here.
There's a strike to the Orioles shortstop. Hardy just 182 in this series, 2 for 11. Signed a 3-year contract extension with the Orioles prior to the start of the series. Little blooper, shallow center, Kane on, and he will play it on the hop. So Hardy reaches with a 2-out single. Take a look at the Chevrolet pitch tracks in the arsenal for Jason Vargas.
Just a little over 50% with that fastball. Like we said before, he's mostly a breaking ball pitcher. He'll pitch inside with that fastball to set up his good change.
He faces Caleb Joseph here with 2 down in the second. Joseph, a guy who was scuffling big time at the end of the regular season. Early September, he had gone 3 for 5 against the Red Sox and then went 0 for 30 the rest of the way, and then 0 for 3 in his first 3 postseason at bats, but then went 2 for 3 as he played game 2. Ball's well hit to left. Back toward that wall. Gordon is back and on the track. Hauls it in. Joseph stung it. But a Gold Glover hauled it in. They go to the bottom of the second. continues tonight on Fox Sports 1 at 8. Game 4 of the NLCS. Cardinals and Giants. Don't miss the action with Joe Buck and Harold Reynolds, Tom Verducci. That has been an entertaining. I mean, the postseason has been absolutely off the charts. All the one-run games,
extra inning games.
Omar Infante is going to lead it off in the bottom half of the second against Miguel Gonzalez, who faced 7 Royals in the first, and 2 of them crossed. Infante with a career high 66 runs batted in this season. Has knocked in 1 in the postseason, hitting just 185 in the 7 games. Breaking pitch, pretty. 1-2.
Gonzalez, when he's at his best, will use that pitch when he's behind in the count also. That good changeup that we talked about. And his fastball is pretty straight, but good breaking ball there.
Remember, this is only the second postseason start in his career for Gonzalez. The first came 2 years ago against the Yankees, and it was a great start at Yankee Stadium. It was the game that Raul Ibanez did his thing, the game-tying home run off Jim Johnson, and then the game winner off Brian Mattis. But he went 7 strong in that game. Only allowed 1 earned run, struck out 8, didn't walk a batter.
Oh, when Buck Showalter was talking about this game, he had some real good feelings that Gonzalez was going to have a good game today. Rough start.
And he strikes out Infante for the first out here in the second. Steve Fiziak got things covered on the Kansas City side. What you got?
Ernie, everybody's been talking about the Royals' great pitching and defense, but the offense has been rather clutch as well. They have scored the go-ahead run in the 6th inning or later in 6 of the 7 postseason games, including 5 in the final at bat. And yesterday was a classic example. 6th inning, Billy Butler up, 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Billy saying, just do my job. Just make contact, get the ball in the air deep enough to score Dyson. He did, and then they hand the baseball to that fabulous bullpen, and they win it 2-1. Today, they did the job in the 1st inning, getting a ground out from Hosmer that forced a mistake by the Baltimore defense, and now they lead it 2-0.
Thank you, Steve. It's been nice to have Steve and Bordy with us, and I hope you fans at home have enjoyed that too. Some familiar voices if you're a Royals fan or an Orioles fan, and providing real good insight on both sides for guys who have been around the team for 162 games of the regular season. So we certainly appreciate their work. Ball and a strike to Moustakas. Talked to him before the game because everybody has talked about the play that he made last night over the railing and being held up by the fans, and it was certainly one of the signature moments of last night's game. But Ronnie, you and I were over there this morning before the game, and that's a pretty deep drop off. Here's the play. But this has to be a good 6 or 7 feet down to concrete if you go over.
No, absolutely. I guess you'd have to call this, because he called it, the crowd surfing catch by Moustakas. That's where he fell into.
Yeah, that's the areas below ground level, like another 4 feet.
Pulled the string and struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gonzalez here in the second.
Well, curveball to Infante here.
just a fastball right by him. He hasn't missed many pitches. That's why.
They can't believe he's going through that one.
2 up and 2 down, both strikeout victims, and here is the top of the order. And Alcides Escobar. Escobar singled in the first, an infield single that hit the bag at second. To right, Markakis right there. 1-2-3 inning for Gonzalez. We head to the top of the third.
A 2-0 lead through 2 innings. Can't be around Kansas City without coming across imagery of the 1985 World Champion Royals, and the MVP of that World Series was Brett Saberhagen, who's here to see the Royals try to get back to the World Series. What is it like for you to sit here all these years later and see this happening again?
Well, growing up, I've always been a baseball fan, and 2014 Royals have turned me into a huge baseball fan for them. It's the city is going crazy. The passion is back in Kansas City, and it's a blast being here.
Been a long time. Did you think this was going to happen again?
Well, it's going to happen at some point in time. You never know when, but 29 years, that's not a good ball there.
That ball is about 25 rows deep in right, as a matter of fact, and a solo shot by Ryan Flaherty to lead it off there in the third and cut the lead in half.
Brett, you called it. It's a home run. There comes the home run ball back. You've got Jason Vargas on the mound. The strategy this postseason has been to get these guys through 6 innings, primarily, and get to that bullpen with Herrera, Wade, and Holland on the back end. You didn't need a bullpen back in the '85 World Series. 2 complete games. What do you make of the way pitchers are handled these days?
Well, I enjoyed trying to finish in what I started, and I know a lot of the old guys, pitching-wise, always enjoyed that as well. It's set up perfectly for Ned, especially last night. I mean, these guys know exactly what their roles are, and it happened last night. And it's fun to watch. I mean, any of these guys in the Royals bullpen, and a lot of these big league bullpens could be closers for any team. That's how good the bullpens have gotten.
You know, they're going to get mad at me if I stay here any longer and they keep scoring runs. I'm going to let you go and enjoy the game.
Thanks, Matt.
All right. Guys, back up to you.
All right, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Brett. That was quite concise by Brady. So that's a bad ball right there.
Good call.
Still knows the sound of the bat on a homer.
But it was good news for Oriole fans who watch their guys get on the board here in the third. Another look.
Well, you could make the argument that Flaherty has taken the best at-bats for these Orioles in this ALCS. This one deep into right field. Now Vargas has given up in the postseason 3 solo shots. Good throw there.
Top of the order now with Nick Markakis. And quickly Vargas jumps out ahead 0-2.
Vargas, after giving up the home run, he hasn't been tentative. He still attacks the strike zone.
Down low. Now, we had Saberhagen on with Matt and related the story that was in the Kansas City paper during the division series with the Angels. And one of those things that makes you wonder, if you're a Kansas City fan, if the stars are aligned a certain way, because Britt Saberhagen back in '85, the night before he pitched Game 7 in which they beat the Cardinals to win it all, he and his wife delivered their first child, Drew. Drew later went on to Western Carolina, where he was a teammate of Greg Holland. Greg Holland and his wife celebrated their first birth during the playoffs.
Definitely some symmetry here in Kansas City.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Markakis. Go ahead, Ron.
Brett Saberhagen in his day, impeccable control. Guy who routinely wouldn't walk over 20 in an entire season.
On the ground to second, and Fade scoops it up and throws him out. 2 down here in the third.
Saberhagen just wasn't a control pitcher. He had a high velocity fastball and a nasty curveball. He had a lot of stuff to go along with that good control. Always mature right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Really was comfortable out on the mound.
With a run in and 2 down, here's Steve Pearce. Hitting in the 2-hole with the left-hand starter. Line toward left, Alex Gordon on. And for the second time tonight, he's taken one away from Steve Pearce. But nobody was taking this away from Ryan Flaherty. A bomb to right. And it's a 2-1 game. Behind the Mic, powered by Ford on BleacherReport.com/Behind the Mic. Bottom 3 in KC. Nori Aoki leads it off. So how would you gauge the sun and shadows phenomenon right now, Iron Man?
Once it gets a little bit more consistent, where you have lighting, where the ball's coming from, where you're hitting, it gets a little bit better. Right now they have that another burst of sunlight that's just right in front of home plate. I don't know where that's coming from. So now you have that area. All that does is just make it a little harder.
It's a break right there from the upper tank.
Aoki was hit by a pitch his first time and eventually scored the second Kansas City run. Both runs scoring on the same play on a ground ball to first. They tried to nail Escobar. Ball was bobbled. It got kicked back to the screen, and Aoki came around to score. In the air to left, and there is Cruz. One down.
Hitters, when they get a little frustrated, Cal.
And we've all been there.
Right.
That's when you put your head down, just run as fast as you can. He thought he had a pitch to hit and popped it up. More frustrated with himself than anything else.
There's Lorenzo Cain, the number 3 hitter, who laid down a sacrifice bunt his first time. That's what put Escobar and Aoki in scoring position, and they both scored on that ground ball to first. Cain 8 for 12 in this series. 12 for 31 in the postseason. Has knocked in 4 runs, has scored 9 times, and has been splendid defensively. Fouled straight back.
That's what, to me, what's great about the postseason. All the big stars, you know those players, but if you're not following the Kansas City Royals, you probably don't know enough about Lorenzo Cain. So you get to see him in the post and see how talented he is.
He's behind 0-2. Gonzalez to the plate, and he struck him out. Third strikeout of the afternoon for Gonzalez. And 6 straight set down by the right-hander.
Well, if you're an advanced scout and you're here to see the Royals and the Orioles, and if the Royals move forward, that's a pitch that you're going to be telling your pitchers that might be where you want to attack Lorenzo Cain if you get ahead of him.
A good low ball hitter, and with 2 strikes you can elevate the fastball. Shadows or no shadows, that's a good pitch.
Here's Eric Hosmer. There's a strike. It was Hosmer's ground ball to Pierce at first that set off that chain reaction that allowed 2 runs to score in the first. Into right, got enough of it for a 2-out single.
Yeah, trying to go back inside on a fastball right here. Gets in on him enough, but he's still strong enough where he muscles it out to right field for a single.
You can see how difficult it is to see the pitches. You can barely see the face of Gonzalez.
Team leading 13th hit of the postseason for Hosmer. And here's Billy Butler.
I talked to Billy Butler a little bit about the shadows, and he's quick to say, we both got to play in it. You don't want to psych yourself out and start to think it's going to be hard to hit. We'll deal with it. We'll get it done.
Hard hit to third. Flaherty will go the short way. And that'll do it in the third for Kansas City. We head to the fourth in Game 4.
What's up, Big Rats? Family here today? Good talk. Listen, just because I have a mic doesn't mean they can see your bad haircut.
Last night's starter, Jeremy Guthrie, wearing the mic in that Kansas City dugout. He was the starter, went 5. Jason Frazier was the guy who picked up the win, a very effective one inning of work where he had to navigate a tough part of the Baltimore order, which you see here in the top of the fourth. 3-4-5. Jones, Cruz, and Young against Vargas. The 1-0 missed again. 2 balls and no strikes. Jones struck out his first time. That's 5 times in this series. He's 3 for 15.
Well, you saw that average that he's been struggling here in the ALCS, but for his career, he's hitting 135 in the postseason, a normal 280 hitter in the regular season.
Now 5 for 28 lifetime against Vargas, who falls behind 3-0.
I know this sounds a little crazy, but if you're Buck Showalter and the Orioles, you're thinking you got to get a lead within the next 3 innings, or you're in deep trouble.
They've seen that movie before. Missed inside. Leadoff walk here in the fourth. Adam Jones represents the tying run. Where will you be the next time history's made? Be there for all the action in 2015. Go to MLB.com/season tickets to reserve your seat today. So here's Nelson Cruz. Came in hitting .333 with 4 home runs against Vargas. He walked his first time and was erased in a double play. No balls and a strike to the Orioles cleanup hitter, who hit .271 this year, 40 homers, 108 runs batted in. That was the most home runs in baseball. He ranked 3rd in the American League in RBIs.
Back in fastball here.
0-2.
You saw Chen do that very effectively last night. When you're a changeup pitcher or someone that throws a two-seamer away, you need to pitch inside. You need to keep them from leaning out over the plate and looking for that off-speed pitch.
And he struck him out.
Cruz did not like the call on the fastball down, and then Vargas came back with a changeup in the same spot. Bouncing it produces the strikeout.
You saw Adam Jones do that earlier, swing at the changeup. Again, when it's difficult to see, it's hard to pick up the changeup or the off-speed pitch.
Here's Delman Young.
And even Delman's taking the first pitch. He's a .450 hitter on the first pitch.
That double play that he hit into in the second. A chopper over the mound right toward the bag, and Escobar gloved it, stepped on the bag, and was able to throw him out by a half a step. A ball and 2 strikes.
See Buck shaking his head. Thinks those pitches are down.
You can almost read his mind. It's hard enough to hit right now anyway.
Count even, 2-2. Jones with a lead at first, and the 2-2 sails outside. Count full.
Delman hadn't gotten too many at bats in this postseason, but he looks like he's pretty comfortable right now.
He's made the most of them too, Cal. He had the big bases clearing double in the Tiger series and pinch hit single that knocked in a run in the 10th inning of the opener. Escobar. It's going to be a replay. 6-3 double play for the second time here in Game 4. We head to the bottom half of the 4th.
authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
We head to the bottom half of the fourth at Kauffman Stadium, or the K as they call it here in Kansas City. The Royals thinking sweep. Lead the series 3-0, and they lead game 4 2-1 with Alex Gordon stepping in to lead it off. Gordon walked his first time. That's the only walk allowed by Miguel Gonzalez, who has also hit a batter. And he struck out 3. And there's a strike, 0-1. Ron Culpa belts out the strike call behind the plate.
Say Gonzalez has really rebounded. You know, when you have that kind of first inning where he really didn't pitch poorly, defense let him down, sometimes you can lose it as a pitcher, but he's kept his calm and he's been executing his pitches.
Orioles went into a shift just before that third pitch to Gordon with Flaherty, the only infielder on the left side. Scope there in shallow right. It's almost like a shift in football.
Had a man in motion.
3-1.
Doesn't seem like there could be that much data difference between a 1-1 pitch and say an 0-1 pitch.
Oh, you'd be surprised, Iron Man. The 3-1. And a leadoff walk for the Royals here in the fourth. Moments ago, we spoke with Orioles manager Buck Showalter. Buck, we haven't seen Miguel Gonzalez since the last day of the regular season, but he's looked pretty sharp.
Yeah, he's been real good. You know, in the first inning, I don't think they hit a ball out of the infield, and he's solid. You know, he's been able to maintain things with some off periods to control his innings, and he likes the pressure. You know, we feel good about him out there.
Yeah, Buck, you know, you make your own luck in this game, but it seems like you're not getting any luck. Line drives at people, great plays, balls hitting the bag at second base.
Yeah, you know what? I think JJ flared a ball in there. You can sit there and belabor that, but it happens. But you just got to keep grinding. It'll happen. You get a ball at the plate. Stevie made a good decision, throw the ball to the plate. And with the new rule we got in, the catchers have so many things to think about. Where's my foot? Where's the contact coming? So we get as many. We'll get that straightened out in the offseason, I hope.
Of course, Buck hoping the offseason doesn't happen for quite some time. Salvador Perez, 1 ball and no strikes. Gordon leading from first, and they throw over.
It was an interesting shot of Gonzalez with that split changeup grip. He gets it when he has it behind his back because it's much easier to change from that split grip back to a fastball or a curveball grip than it is the other way around.
And that's when you start tipping your pitches. If you start with a fastball grip and you have to really bury it inside your glove, you'll do something different which will tip a pitch to a hitter.
There goes Gordon. A little bleeder that is caught at the mound, and they're going to double him up. Gordon, who has 3 stolen bases this postseason, on the run, and Perez with a broken bat looper to the mound that turns into a double play.
Yeah, that had all the look of a hit and run on it. A design play. You see Gordon look in there, get a long look. He recognizes it right away that it's a little blooper, but it just happened to be right there. Nothing you can do about it.
What's interesting about that play, usually when you're a pitcher and the runner's not stealing, you're thinking about maybe dropping that ball because Perez never left the box or barely left the box. But because he was stealing, an easy double play.
Infante fouls the first pitch back, 0-1. So The Royals have turned a couple of double plays, and now the Orioles do. And that erases a leadoff walk here in the fourth. Line drive left, base hit Infante. The Moose call goes up here at the K, and Moustakas steps in with 2 down. He struck out his first time against Gonzalez. Moustakas 4 home runs in this postseason, has knocked in 5 runs. Was hitting .280 coming in.
If you look at the defense right now, he's got the shift on. And Infante's not much of a base stealer, although he runs pretty well. You kind of look at who's going to cover second base. The third baseman Flaherty's out deep at short. JJ's a little bit closer coming from the second base side.
Up the middle, and that's exactly where the Orioles had him played. And that'll do it for Kansas City in the fourth. 1-run game in Game 4. Top half of the fifth in Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. Beautiful day in Kansas City. We're at Kauffman Stadium, and J.J. Hardy leads it off in the fifth against Jason Vargas.
Vargas is certainly getting ahead. One of the keys to all the pitching is to get ahead, but especially for him.
Vargas has allowed just 2 hits, but one of them left the park. Towering home run to right by Ryan Flaherty in the third. Really good off speed. It really was.
Really nice changeup. 2 fastballs away, and comes back with a 1-1 changeup.
Fly ball, deep left. Gordon back to the wall. Did he catch? He did catch that ball. Alex Gordon slammed into the wall after he gloved it and hung on.
Just an unbelievable full flat-out run. No regard for his body. Catches it on the run and crashes into the fence. What a play.
Hits into the chain link kind of structure, full force.
Yeah, but there's no give in that chain link.
Add that to the highlight reel of defensive gems by the Kansas City Royals. And you made the point yesterday, these guys tip more caps because they make more plays worthy of it. Here's Caleb Joseph. Takes a strike. Gordon's a guy who has this very programmed game day ritual. Gets to the ballpark before anybody else does. Has a workout that he does every game. He's had teammates say they couldn't possibly duplicate what he does prior to a game.
And all that preparation leads to great plays like this.
Hurting, I like it, the presence of mind to lift the glove up to say he caught it.
2 balls and a strike to Joseph. And that stays outside, 3-1. Joseph hit the ball well his first time, but Gordon tracked that down at the edge of the track.
There's hundreds of pitchers that were not in the postseason that are sitting at home watching this game saying, how can I get traded to the Royals? They catch everything.
Really look around that field right now and you can remember moments when each and every guy contributed with the glove. Another good cut by the Orioles catcher. I mean, the catches Aoki made in that Angels series, Kane's done it in every series, so has Gordon. And just most recently crashing into the wall for the first out here in the fifth. And Vargas struck him out. Moments ago, we spoke with Royals manager Ned Yost. Ned, we saw it last night with a ground out and a sacrifice fly to get on the board. Any way you need to, you find a way. And in the first inning, it happened again. The 2-run score on that 1 ground ball to first.
Yeah, Esky did a nice job of sliding into the plate hard and kicked the ball out of the glove. And Nori tailing him heads up, was able to score on the play.
Hey, Ned, was Kane bunting on his own, or did you put that on?
No, Kane was bunting on his own. We were going to wait to see how difficult it was to see before we started playing for 1 run. But Lowe took it on himself to bunt on his own right there and put us in a great position to get 2 runs.
It's the first sacrifice bunt of Lorenzo Cain's career. 2 runs would score.
It's so indicative of the attitude that this Royals team has. They know how they play. They know how they want to manufacture runs, and they're all willing.
A ball and true strikes to Flaherty, who homered his first time. Got him looking. Three up, 3 down. An inning that featured that bit of magic from Alex Gordon. Guys like our ace cameramen for so many years, Tim Smith and Hal Kicklighter, and like our audio man, Jim Budka. Truck guys like that can depend on great offers on the 2014 North American Truck of the Year Chevy Silverado. Budka really likes the way it sounds. Escobar leads it off here in the 5th. Takes inside 1-0. Play still buzzing from Alex Gordon. There's a strike, 1-1. Great pictures here on a beautiful day here, and talk about Hal Kicklighter and Smitty, just two of a wonderful crew bringing you the pictures here as Escobar lines a single to left. He's going to make a turn at first. That's where he will stay. Lead-off single here in the 5th in a one-run game. Escobar's 2 out of 3.
Just a curveball. He sees really well. Lined it to right the time before that. Making a little adjustment. Pulls it for a hit.
He's maybe not getting the attention that Lorenzo Cain is, but you can see what kind of player Escobar is. He's had a great, solid postseason.
Here's Aoki. Hit by a pitch his first time. Flight out to Cruz and left in the third.
You know, Escobar's success as the leadoff spot really started this offense rolling.
Yeah, that was a move about middle of September because Aoki had let off a lot, Cal, and really it just sparked him, and Ned hasn't changed since.
And maybe not really understanding the full explanation. He just knows both players got hot and it worked. So let's just leave it alone.
Up and away, 1-0.
You look at the regular season and at the postseason, 166 stolen bases for the Royals, 104 of them coming on the first two pitches. So they were very aggressive against the Angels, very aggressive in the wild card game. Less aggressive, though, against Baltimore. Has done a better job of holding them on.
Escobar was 31 for 37. Inside, and Aoki turned away from it. 2-0.
Can't get a better guy if Mike Jersley gives the signs to hit and run with than Aoki.
Caleb Joseph behind the plate for the Orioles. Gonzalez looks in and comes to the plate. There's a strike. 2-1.
Those signs, maybe that's the international language. Everyone speaks that.
Tap to first. Pierce goes to second for one, and the relay safe. Got the lead runner for the first out here in the fifth.
Nice play by Pierce, coming to get the ball, creates an angle to throw to second base. A little low. Too much speed to actually turn that double play anyway.
Saw Escobar when he was running down to second. He got as far inside as he could. Almost that throw by Pierce nipped him.
So Aoki at first with one down, and here's Lorenzo Cain. Sacrifice in the first, strikeout in the third. Cain now 8 for 13 in the series.
The Chevy pitch arsenal is conceded today for Gonzalez. 2/3 fastballs.
Mixing up the curveballs and the changeup. He has a really good curveball today.
He's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Remember, they went up in the zone to get him his last time. Mike Moustakas looking on. Miguel Gonzalez, after allowing the leadoff single, got the force play at second. That's where we are with Cain standing in. No balls and 2 strikes.
Came back with a fastball, trying to go inside and maybe a little up.
Buck Showalter has a very expressive face. Didn't say a word, but you knew exactly what he felt. Ball bounces away. Aoki trots into second.
After the fastball up and in, tries to come back with a curveball, get him to chase it in the dirt.
Just hit the heel of the catcher's glove.
So Aoki in scoring position. 2-2 count on Kane. Right back up the middle. And they'll get him by a half a step. Scope with a strong throw to Pierce with Aoki moving to third.
This ball was hit pretty darn hard. Gonzalez gets his glove up, deflects it. Scope makes up the difference. He better hurry, and he did.
That deflection saved the day.
Well, that deflection also, Kane stopped a little bit. Didn't stop, but not flat out for a couple of steps.
They'll walk Eric Hosmer with first base open and put runners at the corners and pitch to Billy Butler.
Not a challenge for Gonzalez on the intentional walk. We've seen it be a challenge for some pitchers in the postseason.
Huge spot in a one-run game. Kansas City looking for a little cushion.
Butler's been very good in these situations with runners in scoring position 4 for 11, but with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, he's 3 for 5.
He has 5 runs batted in the postseason, 3 in this series. Aoki's at third, Hosmer at first. And that ball bounces away, but not far enough for either runner to advance.
Hosmer mustn't have picked that up. That was one he could have advanced on.
You got to read it right away. Yeah. And if you don't see it, it's not worth the gamble with one of your RBI guys at the plate.
To short, Hardy to Scope, and that'll do it. Royals get 2 on, but can't push anybody home, and it stays a 1-run game through 5.
boy, Gordo! So sick, players, so sick!
That was the play Alex Gordon made off J.J. Hardy in the 5th. In a one-run game. Top 6, 9-1-2 for the Orioles. Jonathan Schoop leads it off against Jason Vargas.
In yesterday's ball game, Ned Yost took out his pitcher Guthrie after 5 innings and 94 pitches. Coming into this inning, Vargas only had 64 pitches, 30 less. So trying to push him through the 6th.
That winning formula for the Kansas City Royals has been the 7-8-9 combination of Kelvin Herrera, Wade Davis, Greg Holland. And so here we are in the 6th inning. I mean, if you're Baltimore, Cal, are you thinking we have got to break through here in the 6th, or law of averages says you're going to get something off one of those guys here one of these days?
Well, you try not to think about it. You want to have the best at bats and you want to have your best opportunity to score all the time. But it does weigh on the back of your mind is that you got those 3 guys down there that are really hard to hit. And they haven't given up anything. So, yeah, the urgency is this is like the last inning.
And that's the last thing Jason Vargas wanted to do, was walk the number 9 man and bring the top of the order to the plate with nobody out.
He's got 3 leadoff walks in this ball game, so playing with fire.
Bridging this 6th inning, that's the decision Ned Yost has to make, is how do I get to the big 3, or do I expand the role a little bit in this opportunity, this game?
Those leadoff walks were erased by double play balls in the 2nd and 4th. Here's Markakis. Kelvin Herrera is getting loose in the Kansas City bullpen.
And you think Herrera is going to be for Steve Pearce. He's had 2 good at bats, lined out to left.
Still likes this lefty-lefty matchup. Markakis in the post. There's Pearce. 1 for his last 13.
From a matchup perspective, I wouldn't want him facing Vargas.
The 0-1 over. No balls and 2 strikes.
Well, we saw on the one side Lorenzo Cain lay a bunt down. Buck Showalter does not like the bunt. Does not like to give up outs. Markakis doesn't have a sacrifice since 2007.
In the dirt, Perez kept it in front and kept Schoop at first.
See how valuable Perez is, right, Cal? Be able to take that right off the chest protector and keep it in front of him.
And then the ball bounces back a little bit because of the spin of the breaking ball. And he gets his body directly in front of it.
Schoop edges away from first. Vargas to the plate. And he struck him out. Sixth strikeout of the day for Jason Vargas, and that'll be the last pitch he throws. Ned Yost at the mound has his eyes on number 40. Kelvin Herrera comes out of the pen. Vargas departs to a standing O. We'll be back. All right, baseball fans, join the biggest 7th inning stretch with your best Take Me Out to the Ball Game. You might be featured in Game 4 of the World Series. Go to T-Mobile.com/the Big 7th. Here in Game 4, we are in the 6th inning. Top half. 1-run game. 1 on, 1 out. New pitcher for Kansas City in relief of Jason Vargas is Kelvin Herrera.
Well, what do you say about this bullpen? We talked about it in the open. Herrera to Davis to Holland. They have just been unbelievable postseason. Their ERA combined has been 1.23.
Herrera's appeared in all 3 games, 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. Here's Steve Pearce. Had 2 good at-bats against Vargas, nothing to show for it.
So normally Herrera comes in the 7th inning. That's his inning, expanding his role a little bit. Wade Davis might think that his role might be expanded a little bit if Herrera gets in trouble.
Two and 0. Pearce hit a couple of balls well off Vargas. Both to left, both gloved by Gordon. So in the series, Pearce is 1 for 15. He hit .293 this year with 21 homers and 49 runs batted in. Popped him up, slammed the bat down. Escobar calls and squeezes. 2 out. Boy, that was frustration for Pearce. Had what he wanted, popped it straight up.
We've seen him all series long. He's been the most demonstrative of all the Orioles.
2 down now for Adam Jones. Jones struck out in the first, walked in the 4th, was erased in a double play.
First pitch curveball from Herrera.
Into right field, base hit. Scope around second, headed for third. The throw will be late, and they're at the corners with 2 down. For the Orioles, the tying run, 90 feet away.
The Royals got fortunate there. Okay, base hit by Jones to right field. Watch Aoki come up. There's no cutoff man. The shortstop doesn't cut off, and the pitcher was late to back up. That ball would have gone away from Moustakas. It would have tied the score.
And that's Escobar's responsibility. Although he's thinking there's no play at third. I'll just cover second right here.
We saw it yesterday with Flaherty, the Orioles, thinking there's no play, but you always have to be in that position anyway.
You can play a dual role right there. Make your cutoff position be a little bit more shallow.
You talk about power against power. You got it right here. Cruz at the plate. Herrera on the mound with 2 down. Runners at first and third. Tying runners at third. 99 miles an hour. Missed. 1-0.
Cruz 4 for 6 with runners in scoring position this postseason. The most clutch of hitters.
To second, Infante. Ball right in the sun, but he gloved it for the 3rd out. Kansas City dodges a bullet in the 6th. Royals stay up by 1. Bottom 6 in Kansas City. Orioles had the tying run at third in the top half. Couldn't move him in. And here's Alex Gordon, who has walked twice. Miguel Gonzalez begins his 6th inning of work. He's had a good day. And there's a strike, 0-1.
Now that's the shine we're talking about, the glare that makes it difficult, usually at early start games.
Ball and a strike to the Royals left fielder. Made a blue star play in the 5th inning. Robbing J.J. Hardy. Up and in. And it hit him. Here's how the last inning ended. You talk about the sun out there, and Infante had to battle it to make that play on Cruz. So Gordon on to lead off the 6th. Hit by Gonzalez, and here's Perez.
Perez hasn't done much offensively, as you can see by that average, but he does have a home run against Gonzalez.
After Gordon led off the 4th with a walk, he was on the move when Perez hit a little blooper to the mound that Gonzalez caught and easily doubled off Gordon. Well hit to left. Cruz right there makes the play. Perez hit that one right on the button, 1 down. Check in with Steve Physiok. Steve?
Ernie, when this season started, there were many scouts who touted the Royals' defense as the best in baseball, but then KC made 104 errors, which was 10th in the American League, and they made a dreadful 35 in a 35-game stretch in August and September. But in the postseason, we're seeing the brilliance that many expected. Only 3 errors in 8 games, and spectacular plays by Kane, Aoki, Gordon, Moustakas that have put them in a great stretch. And you might remember that Gordon tremendous catch. He came in, got a lot of congratulatory hugs from his teammates, and Jason Vargas hugged him, and Gordon turned and said, "I got your back." It seems like the defense has a lot of the Royal pitchers' backs in this game.
And in this postseason, that's for sure, Steve. Thank you. Gordon, meantime, is at first. Hit by a pitch to open the 6th.
You talk about the spectacular plays that make the highlight reels, but I've been impressed with Infante's steady play at second. Escobar's made some really good plays, and Hosmer just handles every play really with ease.
Breaking pitch inside. 1-0. Infante struck out in the 2nd, singled in the 4th.
This is that ball where the sun is coming through, and you know you got to deal with it, and you're just battling it and fighting it. And there's a sense of relief that you saw it all the way into your glove.
Orioles had runners at the corners with 2 out when that ball was hit. And Kansas City dodged that bullet. The Orioles trying to keep it a one-run game here in the bottom half of the 6th. Gordon has his lead at first. Up and away to Infante. Mike Moustakas on deck. Had been the only Royal to hit in every postseason game until that streak was snapped last night. This will be pitch number 80 for Gonzalez, but first a throw over and Gordon back.
Remember, Lorenzo Cain stole on a 3-0 count. Many times the pitcher will take his eye off and just try to get a strike in there and be a little slower to home plate. It's something that the Royals hadn't done to that point.
Missed outside. They're at first and second. Brad Brock and Darren O'Day are loosening in the Oriole bullpen. Dave Wallace coming to the mound here in the 6th.
Well, it's interesting to see Wallace come out and not Buck Showalter. You thought he might get a fresh arm in there, but maybe he likes that change-up and breaking pitch from Gonzalez against Moustakas. And he's gotten retired Moustakas twice today, this afternoon.
You know, a lot of times these games and these situations determined by matter of inches. Infante walking and Gordon leading off the inning. And this pitch got a little fabric. But he stands at second. And here's Moustakas. Fooled on the first one, 0-1. Strikeout and a ground out here in game 4 for the number 9 hitter who has 4 postseason home runs and has knocked in 5 runs. Got Gordon out there at second, Infante at first with 1 out. And he's behind in the count, 0-2.
Moustakas had been 0 for 9 now off Gonzalez. He's the 2 home runs he hit in this series. 0 for 2 strikes like he has now. But I was saying he was 0 for 9 on his career off Gonzalez. He had 0 for 9 off Brian Mattis in Baltimore before he hit a home run.
The 0-2. Buck Showalter's Orioles, winners of 96 games, runaway winners of the American League East, and fighting for their playoff lives here in Kansas City today. Runners lead from first and second. Kansas City trying to change that stat right here and pad the lead. And Moustakas goes down swinging for out number 2. Big pitch by Gonzalez.
Yeah, both K's fastballs. It appears like he just swung right through.
So Buck Showalter out of the Orioles dugout for the second time in this inning. Learn the Orioles and Royals keys to winning the series with the Team Stream app from Bleacher Report. Download Team Stream for your iPad, iPhone, or Android device today. Darren O'Day pitched in games 1 and 2, losing pitcher in both out of the Baltimore bullpen, and he's in here in game 4.
Remember, he gave up that home run to Alex Gordon at Costco Day, but you see his season this year, fantastic numbers, 1.70 ERA. Good effort by Miguel Gonzalez. Outstanding.
He leaves with runners at first and second. 2 out here in the 6th. O'Day is going to face Alcides Escobar, Royals leadoff hitter, who's 2 out of 3. O'Day comes at you with that sidewinder submarine delivery. Just outside, 1-0.
Extremely difficult on right-handers. That angle in which he comes through will produce a sinking two-seam sinker, but also that breaking ball almost appears to come up. It breaks up and away from you when he gets underneath it. Big sweeping breaking ball.
Foul. Who's he most remind you of, Cal, from when you played?
Well, all the sidewinders. I mean, Quisenberry right here, you know, used to throw from down there a lot more sinkers than sliders. And then when that slider did come, it just looked so different. But, you know, to Colby years ago, Garber, they're all the same in some ways, but they're all a little bit different.
1 ball, 1 strike. Runners lead from first and second. A little number to second. Scope has to hurry and throws him out.
Left off Mark Eichhorn. He was probably the most difficult to pick up.
Darren O'Day does his job, ends the 6th. We head to the 7th. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear with superior performing tires that knock it out of the park. Goodyear, more driven. Crew knocks it out of the park too. Scott Cockrell and Jeff Randolph, our producers. Lonnie Dale directing. Bobby Grabko, our technical director. And Herrera deals to Delman Young inside. Gerard Dyson has come on here in the top half of the 7th. And moving from center to right is Lorenzo Cain.
Delman wanted to swing at that first pitch. It was just too far in.
So was that 2-0.
Still remarkable to me. He's a .458 hitter with 5 home runs on the first pitch in the postseason.
Inserted into the starting lineup today. He's 0 for 2, was grounded into 2 double plays, both of which Escobar fielded, stepped on the bag and threw him out. Again, he runs it inside and almost hit him. 3-0.
Well, yesterday that combination, including Jason Frazier of the trio in the bullpen, were perfect. Got to let Young swing here. 3-0. He was not.
Yeah, I was thinking he's a little too wild. And he throws a little too hard.
(3-1) is grounded to second. Infante to Hosmer, 1 down. So Herrera falls behind 3-0. And retires Young on the grounder to second.
Well, those are great numbers. You like to see that when you have a young pitcher who can go more than an inning out of that bullpen. It's even better.
Herrera, 24 years old, born on New Year's Eve, and pitching on a day when Kansas City wants to pop some champagne corks and celebrate a sweep. But it's just a 1-run game. Herrera, the 7th inning guy who came on in the 6th.
Just figure at some point the Orioles, who hit 211 home runs in the regular season, are going to find some kind of magic against these talented relievers.
Flaherty homered for the only home run of this game. There's a strike. It came off Vargas in the 3rd. But only 3 hits on the day for Baltimore. The 2-1. Hardy didn't think much of that. 2-2.
Well, this ball first looks like it's down. Pitch Tracks has it high enough.
High chopper. Escobar. 2 down. Mike Bordick, I don't know if you can hear me, but go ahead.
Yeah, I got you. Caleb Joseph has a very unique connection to the Kansas City Royals. You see, his grandfather worked for Ewing Kauffman, and they became very good friends while working at Marion Laboratories. Well, Caleb Joseph's father, a lifelong Royals fan, would pack up the family from Tennessee and road trip up to KC in the summer. They'd sit out in the right field seats and enjoy some of their favorite players, George Brett and Brett Saberhagen. I asked Caleb about his father's allegiance. He said, oh, he still made me bleed blue, but he's definitely wearing black and orange in this series.
Caleb Joseph, the 28-year-old who made his major league debut this season. Yeah, Nashville born, and then stayed there to go to college at Lipscomb University. Still calls Franklin, Tennessee, right there near Nashville home.
I keep thinking about that 2-1 pitch to J.J. Hardy.
Huge.
Many times you don't understand what that means, going from a 2-1, 2-2 count where you're a little defensive to 3-1 where you're more in charge as a hitter.
.90-mile-an-hour changeup.
Yeah, when you take something off and the gun still starts with a 9, you're pretty filthy.
Yeah, Vargas was pitching below 90 the whole game. And that was his fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Kansas City is 6 outs away from the World Series. They're stretching at Kaufman. Welcome back to Kansas City, where it's a 2-1 game. The Royals on top of the Orioles as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Well, what do you know, guys? Another tough, tight game. It's a 1-run game here in Game 4 between these two, and try to assess what you've seen so far here, Cal.
Well, not a lot of runs, and it's been difficult to swing in the conditions, but don't take anything away from the pitchers. But Kansas City still finds a way to manufacture a couple of runs, and that's held up.
I think what I find interesting
is that he replaced Aoki out there and put Dyson in 1 inning earlier than he usually does, because I think Ned Yost was just afraid, did not want his defense to cost him. I think he's looking at this game that if we're going to win it, we got to win it 2-1.
That is the count as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning, and here's Dyson, who will lead it off. Went to center field in the top half of the 7th while Kane went to right, and Aoki took a seat. And Andrew Miller is on, and this guy's been lights out too.
This postseason, he's gone 6 1/3 innings, only given up a hit and no runs.
7 strikeouts and only 1 walk in those 4 games. And it's a ball and a strike to Dyson. Dyson 0 for 5 at the plate in his first postseason. High chopper to first. And Pierce makes the play, 1 down. The suspense continues tonight on Fox Sports 1 at 8 o'clock. That's Eastern time. It features game 4 of the NLCS. Cardinals and Giants. They played a great series. Don't miss the action. With Joe Buck and Harold Reynolds and Tom Verducci. Here's Lorenzo Cain. To third. Flaherty. Quickly 2 down. Tell you, the acquisition of Andrew Miller by the Baltimore Orioles, huge.
Just played such a big part in his pen down the stretch. When he was first drafted, thought he was going to be the next great starter, but he's found a really nice home in the bullpen.
There's a strike to Hosmer. Tigers originally drafted Andrew Miller in the first round in 2006. He was part of the deal to Florida for Miguel Cabrera. He's ahead 0-2. Red Sox signed him after the 2010 season, and well, they loved his potential, and you saw him in various situations, starting and coming out of the bullpen, but it's here where he has found his home. 23 appearances, 2-0 with an ERA of 1.35 in the Oriole uniform. That's upstairs.
And he just puts hitters away. They're batting .064 when he gets 2 strikes on you. So he's just that kind of pitcher.
Hosmer's 1 out of 2 today. He singled in the 3rd, reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st, was intentionally walked in the 5th, but that fielder's choice, huge for Kansas City. It was the bouncer to 1st that Pierce tried to get Escobar at the plate. Ball was juggled a little bit, kicked to the screen by Escobar sliding in, and Aoki came around on the same play to score, and here is the play. Pierce coming to the plate. Ball dislodged. I don't know if Joseph ever really had possession of it, but the slide by Escobar took the ball to the backstop, and Aoki scored for the 2 Kansas City runs. That's a quick 1-2-3 bottom half of the 7th at the hands of Andrew Miller. We head to the 8th in game 4. Let's take a look at playmakers presented by the all-new Chrysler 200. Wade Davis, basically untouchable. Not only in this series, but in the postseason. Watch out on the first pitch here with Ryan Flaherty, who's 4 for 4 on the first pitch.
Davis knew that too, so he countered with a breaking ball.
It was on the second pitch he saw from Jason Vargas that he went deep in the third inning. And that ball is hit to right. Into the glove of Lorenzo Cain, 1 down. Buck Showalter going to go with a pinch hitter here in the 8th for Jonathan Schoop. It's going to be Kelly Johnson. Swinging at the first pitch, and that's going to be out of play. Close to where Mike Moustakas was making the highlight reel in Game 3 last night.
And countering with Johnson because he's 3 for 10 off Davis' lifetime and has a little more pop than Jonathan Schoop.
Johnson was 0 for 1 in the ALDS against the Tigers, making his first appearance here in the ALCS. Davis made a nice play to field that, and then the underhand to the bag, and then Escobar just mimicked what he did as they went around the horns. 2 down. Steve Fisiak, what you got? Well, maybe Steve can't hear me. Totally understandable amidst the mayhem. Here's Markakis, top of the order with 2 down in the 8th. You saw Nelson Cruz. He's going to have another at bat, folks.
Well, you can see that career versus Davis, a home run for Markakis.
He's ahead of Markakis, 0-2.
Baltimore in the ALDS had 12 runs in the 8th inning. None against the Royals.
Slapped into left field by Markakis, and boy, this place got quiet.
His intention was to get the fastball up. Threw it right down the middle of the 4 seam. Markakis, a good 2-strike hitter, lines at the left.
Yeah, great piece of hitting by the leadoff hitter, and so he's on, representing the tying run.
Here's that pitch that was supposed to be up, out of the strike zone. It's really right down the middle, waist high.
Steve Pearce, who's had a Cinderella year, does he have one more Cinderella moment?
Has not been a Cinderella series. 1 for 16. Hit the ball hard his first 2 times. But Alex Gordon tracked him down and left. 21 home runs, 49 runs batted in the regular campaign. And he had a home run cut. 0-1.
The hardest fastball he's thrown right there, 97. There's a throw over right here. The Orioles don't steal much, but he is a little slow to the plate. Here comes one of those cutters. It's about 93.
To third. Great backhand by Moustakas and a strike to Hosmer. 3 outs away from the World Series. Caps, hoodies, jackets, and more. Get all the officially licensed gear for every postseason team at the MLB.com shop. Bottom of the 8th. Zach Britton is the new Orioles pitcher. He faces Billy Butler. Got a couple other defensive changes we'll pass on after this first pitch, which is fouled back 0-1. Kelly Johnson into the game at third, and Ryan Flaherty moves from third to second. Britton on for the third time in this series. He pitched in games 1 and 2. Butler's 0 for 3. And he hit that ball well to left. Cruz is back. It's off the wall on a hop. Butler into second. Stand-up double to lead off the 8th.
This is where the Royals have been really good at adding on. Here's a 96-mile-an-hour, I thought was a cutter. And Butler has a nice swing to it. Puts it off the base of the wall. Cruises into second base.
So Butler will be pinch run for, and it's Terrence Gore, the guy who wears number 0. And here's Alex Gordon. Six out of 9 in his career with a long ball. Is Gordon against Britton. Outside 1-0. Gore, the runner at second, is the September call-up who's become an essential part of that Kansas City speed game. J.J. Hardy's right behind him, trying to keep him close at second. 2-0. There's a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. Billy Butler double to lead it off here in the 8th. Terrence Gore, the pinch runner, and Gordon, after looking at that pitch low in the zone, ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Britton deals outside and low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Been about 2.5 innings since anybody sat down here at the K. Full count.
Zach Britton's got a really late breaking sinker. That 3-1 pitch, bottom just fell out of it as Gordon went to swing at it.
Chevy pitch arsenal right there for Britton. He had some control issues walking 3 in the first game of the series.
Strike 3 call to Gordon. 1 down here in the 8th. Big pitch by Zach Britton.
Big strike right here. Big strikeout, paints the corner. Gordon could have pulled the ball to the right side to try to advance Gore. But a big call, 3rd strike. A big out.
Maybe more apt here with Gore on second base. Right-handed hitter up, and Perez, big-bodied guy. It's a good time to steal, since Gordon couldn't get him over.
There's a strike to Perez, 0-1.
No damage against the top 10 in saves for Perez.
Gore, the runner at second, says, I wouldn't say I'm cocky, but I know I'm really fast. And they're going to try to pick him off, and he got back.
Well, Britton had him with that inside move, but Flaherty came in a little late.
He was trying to time him, and he had picked that pitch to run off of. I always thought the inside move should be stopped. You know?
The 0-1 hit to second. That's the second out. Gore easily to third with 2 down. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear with superior performing tires that knock it out of the park. Goodyear, more driven.
Good job of Britton keeping him on second base and then getting the out.
So Omar Infante steps in, struck out in the second, singled in the fourth, walked in the sixth. And they will put him on here in the eighth. That'll bring Moustakas to the plate in the lefty-lefty matchup with Zach Britton. And you got to be alert because we have seen it, Ron, and you know that. This is not an automatic, although it would appear to be. But you know Gore's paying attention down there at third.
Britton looks like he's got a handle on this. The one thing you have to look out for, now Moustakas has been hot in the postseason. The lefty-lefty matchup is going to be tough. Infante on first base, all that speed on third, you never know. Ned Yost could put a play on. We've seen everything else in the series.
There's a variety of plays, you know, with a left-hander that has a good chance to work because the pitcher will take his eye off the guy at third and only can see the guy at first.
And that's why Buck's going out there. He wants to meet with his infield defense. Just give him the heads up. These are the things that they might do here, so be ready for it. Because there's no one in the bullpen. It's Britton's game. So just let everybody in the infield know what to expect. If something happens, be prepared for it.
You work on defensing all the different types of plays in spring training, and sometimes you need a little bit of a refresher. You want to make sure that everybody was thinking about that. Normally, you would do it when the hitter falls behind in the count.
And remember what Buck tried to do last night when the Royals had runners at first and third, and the speedy Dyson was at third. The step off, fake to first, throw back to third, and it almost worked. So first and third for Moustakas in a one-run game, 2 out here in the bottom of the eighth. He missed inside, 1-0.
He's not doing it, but Gore can get off as far as he wants. Kelly Johnson is playing way off the line. You've got the left-handed pitcher who has his back to you. You can get as far as you want in case a ball gets away from Joseph.
Two balls and no strikes. Miguel Gonzalez gave Buck Showalter a great start today. Wei-Yin Chen was the starter in game 3. Moustakas waiting on a 2-0. Kansas City looking for a little breathing room here in the eighth. The Orioles hoping they come to the plate in the ninth when one swing can tie it up.
Joseph letting the pitcher Britton know that Pierce is going to play behind Infante at first.
The 2-1. And the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three, 4, 5 hitters due for the Orioles in the top of the ninth.
Interesting. Rusty Coombs came over and talked to Infante. It was a little longer discussion than you usually have.
Gore's taking a bigger lead at third base as well.
There goes Infante. Grounded foul.
He got a pretty big jump. I didn't think there was really a play. And many times you look at the infielders to see if they were covering or not, whether the throw will come through. J.J. Hardy was covering second base.
Infante on the move. Broken bat. Looper, shallow right. Easy play for Flaherty. And that does it for the Royals in the bottom half of the 8th. There's Greg Holland. He's going to try to work through the meat of the Oriole order in the 9th and send Kansas City to the World Series. City as we move to the top half of the 9th inning. Greg Holland has saved all 3 games in this series, and if he does it again, Kansas City will win the American League pennant. Here's Adam Jones, who takes a strike. Last night, 3, 4, 5 hitters that Holland had to face. Jones, Cruz, and Pierce. Tonight it's Jones, Cruz, and Delman Young in a 1-run game.
That threesome, 23 at-bats against Holland, no home runs.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Two sliders from Holland. We saw one that caught the inside part of the plate. The strike one, then he went with one that looks like a strike and breaks it out of the strike zone.
Bounce that one up there. And it's 1-2. Holland is 5 out of 5 in save situations in the postseason. It's 46 out of 48 in the regular season. Jones hit 29 home runs in 2014. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
gets you thinking about that slider, and then tries to surprise you with that fastball up.
Although he doesn't throw as hard as Herrera or Davis, it's still 95.
Hard enough.
Yeah.
Bounced another. 2-2. Jones has struck out, walked, and singled.
Only 2 times he failed with a one-run lead.
Missed with the 2-2. Count full. Herrera did his job, so did Davis. And now it falls to Holland in the 9th.
He challenged him.
As a hitter, though, you can't be 100% sure you're getting a fastball in that count. In the back of your mind, you're still thinking he might throw the slider. Just a little late on the fastball. Back to the fastball again.
A leadoff walk in the 9th.
From 0-2 to ball 4. Good at bat by Adam.
And here is Nelson Cruz, baseball's home run leader. The Orioles led baseball in home runs. Their only run of this game has come via the home run by Ryan Flaherty. Tying run at first, and the season on the line for Baltimore. Jones with a lead at first. Here comes the 1-0. Tap back to the mound. Holland gets the force. That's all they'll get. Escobar trying to hold that bag. Some footwork required there, Cal.
Recognizing that you need the force out there. Forget about trying to turn a double play. Really a smart play. We'll see if he does keep his foot on the base. Looks like he did. It's a tough angle, though.
Brian Gorman, the second base umpire, watched it unfold, called him out.
Oh, really nice play by Escobar. Buck's coming back in. No challenge. No need.
That's where some length at shortstop helps you out, Cal. You know all about that.
It's just a great judgment call, too.
So
you need outs here. You don't need to make a spectacular double play. Make sure of one. Holland had a whole lot more time than he showed. Could have gathered himself, taken another crow hop, and thrown to second.
They will pinch run for Cruz with Alejandro Diaza. He's at first with one down. And Delman Young takes a strike. Young into the starting lineup today. Has twice grounded into double plays. Then he grounded out to second in the 7th. Wow, tried to check. And Mark Wegner over at first said he didn't go.
Yeah, I think he did check right here. I would call that a check swing.
I agree with you.
It just looked a little more violent at first glance.
A 1-1. And Holland ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. Top of the second. Escobar took it himself, stepped on the bag, and that was one of the double plays. And then in the fourth, there's going to be another 6-3.
Holland must have heard me say he doesn't throw as hard. That was 96.
Delman Young trying to do to Holland what no one's done in the last 179 innings pitched, including the postseason. Not give up a home run with a runner on base.
Piazza has his lead at first. Strike 3 to Delman Young. The Orioles down to their last out. J.J. Hardy's 1 for 3.
Hardy almost hit one out of here earlier in the game that Alex Gordon robbed him up against the fence.
Vargas started. Holland trying to finish. Foul back. Vargas gave him 5 in the third. Then Herrera came on. Davis came on. And now it's Holland. 1 ball, 1 strike. They're a strike away. Fouled off at the plate. 1-2.
Fouled that right off the ground at Hardy. Came up and got him in the chin.
George Brett, just like the sellout crowd here, ready to erupt. Rounder to third, fair ball. Moustakas across. And 29 years of frustration has ended. The Royals are going to the World Series. Postseason games, 8 postseason wins. Ned Yost, the first manager in baseball history to go 8-0 in his first 8 postseason games.
2 runs last night, 2 runs today on 2 ground balls and a sac fly. That has been their offense in the last 24 hours.
Moustakas knows the ball's fair, takes his time, and makes a perfect throw to first base.
Best weapon in baseball going into the World Series is the Royals with Herrera, Davis, and Holland. ERA 1.08 in the postseason.
George Brett remembers the feeling, 1985. And now these current-day Kansas City Royals are going to the Fall Classic.
They sent us up a card to vote for the MVP for the Royals. Who do you vote for? There could be a half dozen different guys that could have been the MVP.
Ron and Cal, I've got to go down to the field. There's some hardware that's going to be presented. I'll see you guys after the game. As always, a pleasure, an honor, a privilege working with you.
Thanks, Ernie. You're the best. Boy, it's so surprising, Cal, that you just didn't have more offense from Baltimore. Is what you see home run hitting teams sometimes that dries up in the postseason.
Well, good pitching beats good hitting, and power pitchers beat good power hitters. You knew they were good, and it's been fun to watch them. They've won in many different ways. They played defense, from the infield defense to the outfield defense. They couldn't play any better than they played.
Let's go down to Matt Weiner on the field with Alex Gordon.
Thank you, Ron. Alex, you just became the first team in Major League history to win your first 8 postseason games. Describe to me the last 2 weeks.
It's been an amazing run. I mean, this is great. We've been playing pretty good baseball, so it's nothing better when you win. So today, same old story. Good pitching, good defense, and scratch out a win.
Couple of great catches, including one you paid the price for on the wall today.
Yeah, I was just trying to take a play any way that I could. I didn't hit a lot of them lately, so if they're hitting my way, I was going to catch it, and that's what happened.
You realize how you scored your 4 runs the last 2 days?
I don't know. Tell me. It wasn't pretty, but
there weren't a lot of hits in there.
No, that's all right, though. We find ways to win. Good teams find ways to win, and that's what we did. So we're going to keep going and hopefully make something even more special here.
You're one of the 4 first-round draft picks.
We've had our struggles, but Dayton's done a good job of drafting guys, the right guys, and bringing them in here and developing this team. So it's taken a while, but we're here now.
The bullpen. I'm running out of good questions about the bullpen.
I don't have any more answers. It's just let them do the talking. It's pretty amazing, and they've been great all year, and once again today. So you should go talk to them.
Congrats.
All right, man. Thank you.
Eric Hosmer here. Was that the most productive infield ground ball of your life?
No question, no question. You're just trying to battle, get the run in any way we can, and we know once we have a lead, we got the best pitching staff and the best bullpen around, so we got to get them a lead.
How do you explain this? 8 postseason games for a team that had no experience collectively, 8 wins, and now you're going to the World Series.
Look who's behind us. All these people out here since day one. They've been with us the whole way. We can't thank you guys enough. It's been awesome. But we're not done. We ain't done yet.
The defense, Gordon today, Kane, Aoki, everybody else, Moustakas as well. How important has it been the last 2 weeks to snag seemingly every hard hit ball?
I mean, it's incredible. I think you guys got to be getting used to it by now. We've all seen it all year, but these guys every day come to play, and there's if they don't do it offensively, they're doing it defensively with the glove, just playing complete games, and we got guys stepping up right now.
Enjoy it. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Eric Hosmer, part of the celebration here in Kansas City. The Royals win Game 4, 2-1 to win the American League Championship in 2014. We'll be right back after the break. Okay, do you need other interviews or not? Because we've got people standing by. Okay, not yet. We're going to come seek you out in a minute. We're good. Thanks. We have to do a break. So is there a card for this or? Oh, following a break. There it is. Okay. Yep, we've got it. We've got it. All right, just cue me and I'll go with it. We're bridging a break. Commercial, brief thing, and then commercial. It's a sweep for the Royals of the ALCS and a party in Kansas City. Following a quick break, stay tuned for the postseason show on TBS presented by Mobile One. Welcome back to Kansas City. The Royals win at 2-1 to sweep the American League Championship Series 4-0. Kansas City is headed to their first World Series since 1985. The postseason show is presented by Mobile One. I'm Matt Weiner here in Kansas City on the field at Kauffman Stadium, where the Royals are celebrating a 4-game sweep. The presentation of the American League Championship Trophy is coming up shortly. Send it back up to the booth for a moment with Ron Darling and Cal Ripken Jr.
You know, Cal, I think we'd be remiss, though, if we don't congratulate Dan Duquette, Buck Showalter, and the Orioles on a fantastic year this year, winning 96 games.
No, they had a great season, and you can't take away anything from them. This Kansas City Royals really played well, and they beat them. It doesn't take away. It doesn't feel good right now if you're the Orioles, but yeah, they've had a great season. It ended a little bit quicker than they wanted it to, but still, you can't take anything. They're a very good team, had a very good year.
There's all there. And without a lot of their players, Chris Davis, of course, the suspension, Machado with the knee, and Wieters, of course, with the elbow. So missing some real key ingredients on that team. 14 one-run games this postseason. That's the most in history. Let's go down to Ernie Johnson.
All right, Kansas City, I know you want to party. We have a little business to take care of here with some hardware to be handed out and some folks to introduce. Chairman and owner, David Glass. The president, Dan Glass. The first manager in baseball history to win 8 straight postseason games to start his postseason career, Ned Yost. Senior Vice President of Business, Kevin Ulick. And the General Manager, Dayton Moore. And Jackie Autry, the honorary American League president, will present the William Heritage Trophy to the AL champs.
Yes, congratulations. I said to David earlier today that I never thought 20 years ago when I first met him that I'd be standing here today giving him a championship trophy. But on behalf of the American League and all your fellow owners in the American League, I'm so proud of what you've accomplished. Your entire organization is fabulous, and I want to give you this William Heritage championship trophy, which is rather heavy, so be careful.
You want to tell me how it feels as an owner to cradle that trophy?
I tell you what, we waited for this for a while, but it's worth it.
I was gonna throw a couple of questions at you, but I really think it's a better time. What do you want to say to that team and to these fans?
You know, I couldn't be prouder of that team, but I tell you, on behalf of my family, Dayton, Ned, the coaches, the players, I think I speak for all of us in saying that we dedicate this trophy to these fans.
Mr. Glass, congratulations on a tremendous, tremendous year. Hey, Dan, make this a father-son moment. What does this whole night mean to you as you look at this scene?
We couldn't have done it without the fans. I mean, that's where it all starts from, and it's time to celebrate.
I think they've gotten a head start on that. Hey, Ned, I know it's been a miraculous a magical run. You believe you're standing here?
Yeah, Ernie. Dayton and I have been planning this for 5 years. So, of course, we believe it. But, you know, the special thing about this today is that each and every one of these guys have worked so hard to bring a championship to our city and to you, our fans. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your wonderful support. Thank you for being behind us. This is for you.
Ned, congratulations.
Thank you, Ernie.
All right. This team that you've put together is going to the World Series. How's that sound, Dayton?
I tell you what, Ernie, it's unbelievable. You know, like all of our scouting and development people that had the vision for what we were trying to accomplish here and to put a great product on the field for our fans. And I can't say enough about our incredible players. Ned is an unbelievable leader. So happy for our fans and Mr. Glass and the entire Glass family, and it's just an unbelievable feeling.
What brings you the most satisfaction out of a moment like this?
Well, just to bring a lot of joy and energy to our city, and to capture a fan base and to rally around a group of players that have so much heart and attitude to win. It's incredible.
Congratulations, Dayton. Very happy for you. There is one more trophy that has to be awarded tonight, and Jackie, that's for the MVP of the American League Championship Series.
This award goes to Lorenzo Cain. I don't think this is a surprise to anybody. Forget it. His defense, his timely hitting, everything. And everybody, I think, in this stadium knew that this man deserved the Lee McPhail Championship Award for the MVP.
Lorenzo, offensively, defensively, your speed, the whole game, that's what has this in your hands. At this stage of your career, at this time of your life, what does this feel like?
I mean, it's an amazing feeling, you know, to be here in this moment with my teammates and fans, coaching staff, owner, Dayton, you know, unbelievable feeling. I've enjoyed every moment of it.
Before this series began, I had a chance to talk to you about you and this game of baseball. And you didn't play organized baseball till your sophomore year in high school, and you were telling me that, look, Mom was working 2 jobs. You had to help out around the house. Eventually, you got around to playing in high school. And where's Mom now? And what's your message to Mom that you stand here now and you're going to the World Series?
God has definitely blessed me with a beautiful, wonderful mom, and she's been by my side, supported me through the hard times, you know, and I love her to death. You know, she means the world to me. So, like I said, I'm just so happy she was able to be here for this special moment.
I am pleased to be standing here with you. Happy for you. Happy for your organization. Great night in Kansas City Royals history. Folks, these are the champions of the American League headed to the World Series.
The Kansas City Royals are headed back to the World Series nearly 3 decades after their first and only championship in 1985. It's a sweep here in Kansas City. The Royals did it their way with small ball, with defense, and they did it convincingly 4-0. For Ernie Johnson, Ron Darling, Cal Ripken Jr., Mike Bordick, Steve Physiak, and the rest of our TBS crew, I'm Matt Weiner. Good night from Kansas City. It's off to the World Series next for the Royals. What a night. What a 2-week period. An 8-0 run for the Royals. Next off to the Fall Classic. TBS has been your home for the 2014 American League postseason. Enjoy it, KC. Good night from Missouri.